Hello and welcome to Hard Copy, the program where we bring you the people behind the news. I'm Maokwe Ogun Yusuf. It's the second month of the year 2018, and so far the year seems to be setting its own agenda, judging by the events that have hugged the headlines since January, most of them very troubling. The question, however, is, what about our own agenda, your agenda, my agenda? Isn't it time we take a deliberate pause and not get swept along with the stories that have seized the airwaves? Well, tonight on Hard Copy, we're focusing on one aspect of our national life that only gets mentioned in the negative, and that's education. What is going on in our education sector? Why are we not making as much progress as we have the potential to? Why is it that of the top 1,000 universities in the world, there isn't a mention of one Nigerian university? I examine these questions and more with Professor Mohammed Mainoma, the Vice-Chancellor of Nasarawa State University, who is my guest tonight. Professor Mainoma, welcome to Hard Copy.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm sure that you must be wondering as well, I mean, that it's 2018, you know, a year to the elections. Do you think education will get any mention in all the frenzy that's going to happen in this year?
Sincerely, you will notice that it is actually even not in the agenda of government, because from the very beginning, they say that it is only security, it is about poverty, it is about other issues that are not really getting people trained and be empowered. So it is an agenda that it is set off from the very beginning that seems to eliminate education. But unknown to the administrators and leaders that it is education that can solve all these problems. The issues of security is purely out of lack of information from the part of those that are creating problems. The issue of poverty is clearly a matter emanating from the fact that people are not educated. Once people are educated, they will have ways and means to cater for themselves and improve their economic well-being. So the fact that we are not really focusing on education the way we are supposed to is the mother of the crisis we are facing this country.
You would have loved to see it as one of the pillars of this administration. Is that what you mean?
Certainly.
Well, if you're talking about that, you're talking about unemployment, which is one of their pillars. They're hoping to tackle unemployment. Yeah. And I'm sure that as the Vice-Chancellor of a university, you must be worried that the graduates which you turn out, every year, year in, year out, are not getting employed. They're not getting jobs.
Again, it is the policy. So long as you train people to be looking for jobs, then you have a problem. It is part of the planning of education that they should do to ensure that people that are getting out of universities don't need to go and look for jobs, that they should be aspiring to even employ others.
You've been Vice-Chancellor for 4 years now. How are you changing that trend in your own university?
We have done a lot in that, because if you go around today in this country, you'll find that our Entrepreneurial Development Center, it appears to be the best. Where all our students today are doing one skill or the other that they can actually live on leaving the universities.
Are you able to do a research? I mean, are you able to follow up and find out that that is really the case? Or are you assuming that because of the training that they have from the university, they must be able to follow up by themselves when they're in the larger society?
We have even programs like Emerging Young Entrepreneurs that the university is ensuring that they are engaged, that they are trained in such a way that they can mobilize resources to do other things on their own. And, you know, we have a set of graduates, at least up to about 10 now. And for the last few years, the ones that we have graduated within the last 3 years, you can see that a majority of them are involved in doing things for themselves.
You have that as a fact?
Yes, as a fact.
Okay, well, if you say so, how come then is it that Nasarawa State University's ranking is not among, say, the first 20 or the first 25 in the country, not in the world now, but in the country as we speak?
No, in the country we're among the first 30, but that is not the issue. The real issue why you may not find universities is the problem of the society. For instance, internet facilities are not available to the level that you would require them to make people make their presence and impact on the space.
When you say among the first 30, sorry to interrupt you, what I found for 2017 was that you were number 38.
Okay, after 100 and something, it is a good number.
But
to be 38 is a good number.
Isn't it something that you should be concerned about, in the sense that a lot of state-owned universities are not really pulling their weight? They're not among, say, the first 20, apart from Lagos State University, LASU, Ojo. Every other state university is usually found maybe after the first 25.
Yes, it is the challenges. That's what I'm trying to establish. You find out that when you find the infrastructure are not really available for those kind of things that you require to do, when you find out that the power system, and when you find out that even the issues of people going to queue for fuel and putting their focus different from what they are supposed to be doing, also affects the kind of things they can do to make them rank among